Main event, show 1, Cornell versus Eric Cannon. It was the day that we started laying bricks for all these new young talent to come in and everybody to start having a platform that they can exhibit everything that they've worked so damn hard for. I was the cornerstone. I was the guy that everything was built around. But suddenly I realized everything wasn't adding up. Everything was being built on me, but there weren't any initials on the block. Everyone decided to make their name on my name and all my hard work. And that's when I decided I was done with all that. I was done being the guy in the bottom of the stones. I was done being the guy that was hiding underneath the mud. I'm the guy who's holding this place up, even if I ain't a part of this roster. And that's why I ran off to now. That's why I jumped ship, because it was time that this guy got everything he deserved. I put all my focus on JC Slater for the simple fact that he's walked over every brick that I laid for him and he never told me thank you. I was the guy who was in those Eagles clubs with 40 people. I was the guy who was in those clubs when they were only 15 people, when it was -10 in the damn building itself. He got to come in when everything was nice and cute, when we got to the bigger venues, after we already worked really hard for everything. And I didn't get a thank you. I didn't get any sort of recognition. He decided he was going to build everything on everything that I did. I wasn't going to take that. But you know what I was going to do? I was going to take everything from him. And I'm going to make him realize that without me, there was no him. Do I think JC is a changed man since he's hit rock bottom? Well, JC's head is still shaped like a square. JC still talks like he's Aiden Christensen in all them Star Wars movies. He couldn't be any more wooden unless he was George Washington's teeth, or if he became a damn tree himself. I don't think he's a changed man. I think he's a man who hasn't shaved. I think he's a man who has no heart. He never had heart. That's why it was so easy to take everything away from him. He didn't want to fight. He doesn't know how to fight. He's never been made to fight. And I'm going to make him fight. If he wants it so bad, as much as he says he does, I'm going to make him wish that he never stumbled over his words to get to me. Because I built all of my empire on the ocean to watch fools like him drown coming to my empire to take my crown. Guess what? If you're gonna make it, don't miss. See, everyone keeps talking about how the odds are stacked against me, that it's all about Magnum against now. You know what I hear every time these guys talk about Magnum's gonna get the belt back, Magnum is gonna become the champion one more time of the Magnum Pro company. We're still at Magnum Pro. We're still taking over Magnum Pro, and eventually it's going to become Now This Is Wrestling. But I have a bunch of guys that just want to be team players, company yes men. I was one of them. Where'd that get me? I can tell you exactly where it's going to get those other 3. Exactly where it put me. At the bottom and unappreciated. This business isn't cut out for people that want to be team players. It's not cut out for these people that just want to do right by the company. I started doubling down on Duke Cornell, and look at me. I'm the busiest I've been in years. I'm champion everywhere I go. And this, sorry TJ, I know you said this is going to be the biggest accomplishment of your life. This is my biggest so far. I plan on doing a whole hell of a lot more, and I'm going to make that mean even more after I beat up you 3. And I'm gonna go take this other places. I didn't make it to that press conference because I was defending that in a whole different state, something that no one's done before me. Do I think the second ever tag team champions are gonna coexist? I'm gonna tell you a little bit about a parable that I know. It was a man and God walking through the desert. And the man looked at God and he said, I will be with you. And eventually, as he's walking through the desert and he's starting to pull himself just by his hands, he feels himself starting to die. He looks back and only finds one set of footprints. Finally, he decides to give up and go on his own. He wasn't waiting for the other set of footprints. He wasn't waiting for God to help him. He got to where he had to, and there was God waiting for him. And he says, where were you? You left me. God told him, you saw that one set of footprints? That was mine. I was carrying you. We're going to find out who is carrying who when it comes to this tag team. We're going to find out who was on whose back to get to the tail end here. 500 days in a tag division with 3 tag teams. It's Tim Boston with one guy and Tim Boston with another guy. I certainly hope you can beat up Tim Boston because he can't find a friend that he can keep for a night. I don't think there's a coexist. I don't think there's going to be anything. If old Copperhead knows anything, he can spot a snake. I think it's just a matter of time when Jaden Drago picks his spot and he stabs his old friend in the back. What Duke Cornell wants to see is a path of broken and beaten bodies that I have left in my wake to remove without a shadow of a doubt to haters, to fans, to management, to anybody in between. That Copperhead isn't just a name that I threw on a shirt. It's not because it's cool. It's because I'm the proof that not all snakes crawl. And I am the man that everyone needs to hold themselves to. I am the standard for professional wrestling. JC Slater, if you are what professional wrestling is, pull the plug on the life support and let it die. Let me bring it back to life on what it needs to be. I am the Magnum Pro Champion. For now, forever, the man.
Tonight the world is ours. The gloves are coming off. The gloves are coming